We are the Kritya Ensemble and I'm Yamini, Kalluri. Today the musicians will be accompanying me. Actually, we are all equally important. Traditionally, in a dance performance, we use the word, oh, this person is singing for the dancer, playing for. And I think when I started Kritya Ensemble, I was very particular about, we are playing together, you're singing with me, you're playing with me, and you're not doing for me. And I think that is very important in the mission of Kritya Ensemble. So the singer today will be Rohit Jayaraman. On Mridangam, Harsha Mandayam Bharati. On violin, we have a very young artist, Laya Raghav. And today on Nattuvangam, we have like a guest. It was like a final decision. Her name is Jannavi Murali. The first piece we'll be presenting today is Bhu Suktam. I really wanted to do something on Mother Earth this year actually, and obviously in the name, Bhu means Mother Earth. And this particular piece is the 14 verses from the Vedas. And in this piece actually I'll be starting with 2 shlokams from the Natya Shastra. I feel I'm very lucky as a classical dancer that every day I express gratitude to Mother Earth. So these particular shlokas, which we added in the introduction, the Viruttam, are from the Natya Shastra. So Mother Earth was formed through Vishnu's power, force. You're so colorful and you are adorned with all these beautiful gems. I offer my salutations to you, Mother Earth. Then we move on to the second shlokam. You adorn the oceans like your robes. The mountains are your breasts. And as I dance, I forget. I always stomp on you. So here are my sincere apologies, but also my gratitude for giving me this firm surface to dance upon. And after that, we'll be moving on to the verses from the Vedas. Here, obviously, I'll be showing the 5 elements, principal elements: fire, water, wind, sky, and the ground. And also the relationship of Mother Earth with the sun. And the life on Mother Earth, how we sometimes take advantage of her, but like this pandemic, all the 5 elements and the forces of Mother Earth and the principle of balance puts us back in our place, and we are just a speck of dust, aren't we? And then I'm showing a fire ritual by the great Saint Bruhaspati. And then it's like this, my creative idea actually. So Mother Earth watches Bruhaspati performing this fire ritual. She gets very excited. She's invoked by this fire ritual and she starts dancing in ecstasy. That is the first piece we'll be presenting. Before that, my musicians will be singing in typical Kuchipudi invocation in Telugu. So hopefully you all enjoy the performance. Thank you so much.
गिरिजानवपूर्णेन्दुं गिरिजानवपूर्णेन्दुं समञ्चितकलानिधिम् अपास्त विघ्नतमिश्रं शूर्पकर्णम् उपास्महे तां ततां तकतां ततां धीं तधीं तकदीं तदीं तां ततां तकतां ततां धीं तधीं तकदीं तदीं दम 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 दिम 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 तकिट तकता तकिट तक तक दिगु तक तक दिगण तोम तक दिगण तोम तक दित्तक दरिकिट तक वाणी पर कोगी वाणी पर को वीणा विमोहन वाणी पर को वाणी पर कोगी वाणी पर को वीणा विमोहन वाणी पर को संगीत साहित्य नाट्य सुपूजित जगति पालिंचेति जननी पराको वाणी पराको गीर्वाणी पराको वीणा विमोहन वाणी पराको మూడు మూర్తులకు మూలమైన కూచిపూడిలో వెలసిన బాలా పరాకు వాణి పరాకు గీర్వాణి పరాకు వీణా విమోహన వాణి పరాకు వాణి పరాకు గీర్వాణి పరాకు వీణా విమోహన వాణి పరాకు వాణి పరాకు గీర్వాణి పరాకు వీణా విమోహన వాణి పరాకు గణములలో రవడించి పదములలో నినదించి గణములలో రవడించి మా పదములలో నినదించి మముదరి చేచుమువాణి మముదరి తలచుమువాణి గీవాణి అలివేణి మృదుపాణి మహారాణి అలివేణి మృదుపాణి మృదుపాణి विष्णु शक्ति समुत्पन्ने विष्णु शक्ति समुत्पन्ने विष्णु शक्ति समुत्पन्ने विष्णु शक्ति समुत्पन्ने चित्रवर्णे महीतले अनेक रत्न संपन्ने चित्रवर्णे महीतले अनेक रत्न संपन्ने चित्रवर्णे महीतले अनेक रत्न संपन्ने भूमि देवी नमोस्तुते भूमि देवी नमोस्तुते भूमि देवी नमोस्तुते समुद्रवसने देवी समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्थनमण्डले पर्वतस्थनमण्डले नाट्यं करिष्ये भूदेवी नाट्यं करिष्ये भूदेवी पादघातं क्षमस्व मे पादघातं क्षमस्व मे क्षमस्व मे क्षमस्व मे क्षमस्व मे महित्वा उपस्थेते देव्यदितेज्ञम् अन्नादम् अन्नाद्याय दधे आयं गो प्रश्निरक्रमीदशनं मातरं पुनः पितरं च प्रयन् सुवः त्रिगुंशद्धाम विराजति वाक् पतङ्गाय शिश्रिये प्रत्यस्य वहद्युभिः अस्य प्राणातपानत्यन्तश्चरति रोचना व्यख्यन्महिषत्सुवः यत्त्वा क्रुद्धा परोवपमन्युना यदवर्त्य सुकल्पमग्ने तत्तव पुनस्त्वोद्दीपयामसि यत्ते मञ्जुपरोक्तस्य पृथिवीमनुदध्वसे आदित्या विश्वे तद्देवा वसवश्च समाभरन् मनोज्योतिर्जुषताम् आज्यं विच्छिन्नै यज्ञगुंसमिमं दधातु बृहस्पतिस्तनुताम् इमन्नो विश्वे देवा इह मादयन्ताम् मेदिनी देवी वसुन्धरा स्याद्वसुधा देवी वासवी ब्रह्मवर्चस पितॄणां श्रोत्रं चक्षुर्मणः देवी हिरण्यगर्भिणी रसने सत्यायने समुद्रवती सावित्री हनो देवी धनुर्धरायै विद्महे सर्वसिद्ध्यै च धीमहि तन्नो धरा प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Hi. So this particular piece I did not mention, but it's my choreography and the concept, and thank you. It's a very humble attempt, and it was easy actually in a way, because this is a Sarvalaghu piece. That means there's no particular talam until actually the jati begins. And even in talam, we change the gati. So it was in chaturastam, then tajjam, with the talam itself changes. So I feel my dance style Kuchipudi kind of gives that leeway, liberty to be creative. So very grateful to be practicing this art form. We'll be now moving on to a Padavarnam, actually. Usually, instead of Padavarnam, it's been a trend for Kuchipudi dancers to actually perform a Tarangam. But back in those days, before Kuchipudi was even recognized as a classical dance form, Varnams were part of the repertoire. But somehow it is not anymore, and it became a Bharatanatyam thing. And Kuchipudi people were like, let's be different and not do them anymore. Well, some people do some of them, but still it's not as popular as doing Tarangams. So, from Bhakti Rasa in Bhusuktam, we are moving on to Sringara Rasa. So here, the heroine is in love with Lord Vishnu. And instead of deviating myself back to Bhakti again, I really wanted to stay in Sringara Rasa this time. So this woman, she's in deep love with Lord Vishnu. And they meet a few times, but he deserts her, ghosting basically in these present day words. She's ghosted by Vishnu. You have all this time to see your devotees, huh? But you don't have any time to see me one more time. I'm not asking you to be there with me forever, but one last time. And I don't know, I had this idea of showing Dasavataras, but not all of them, because I thought it would be too repetitive. But some of the avatars, the fish, she's taking a bath in the waters, and she sees this shiny golden fish And she immediately falls in love with the fish because I wanted to show her love transcended form. Again, not to be mistaken, this is not bhakti, but just true love. And she's like, oh Vishnu, I see you here. I'm in love with you again. And then we move on to showing Narasimha Avatara. And she takes her friend to the woods. And she's like, this is my favorite place to hang. You should come. She's like, what? She's that indoorsy person who doesn't really enjoy going outdoors. And she's like, oh my God, there are these bees, flies, it's dark, cobwebs. But I also hear a lion's roar. Do you hear it? And she's like, where? Oh my God, I need to leave. The friend leaves her. And she's like, oh, what lion? Oh, I'm in love with this lion again. And then the friend is like, what? How are you in love with this lion? You must be crazy. And she's like, you don't see Vishnu in this lion, don't you? And then we move on to Vamana Avatara. Her friends are like, look at that short man. Who's gonna have a crush on that short little guy? And the heroine comes and she's like, which short little? Oh, that handsome hunk you're talking about. Yes, I am really in love with this guy too. Then we move on to Rama. And she knows he's getting married to Sita soon after the Dhanurbhanga. And she embarrassingly claps and cheers, and the friends are like, oh my God, you need to chill. He's getting married to another woman. You need to relax. And look at your face. You are like a 4 out of 10. So, no. And she's like, you don't understand. I don't have to get married to him. From afar, if I just see him every day, that's fine. Because this is true love, dear. And then, Krishna. Krishna starts playing flute. Usually, while playing the flute, in a typical choreography, the Gopika is like, ah, water flute, right? Here, the Gopika is like, we are actually very bored with that flute. Please put the flute aside. Let's actually stick with you dancing for today. But anyway, though Krishna is having a bad day, he's being very goofy. No, everybody doesn't have a perfect day. And she still falls in love with Krishna having like a bad day. And then she's like, tries to play Kolatam, but it doesn't work out. She's like, I don't have to play. I just need to watch him. That's it. Then we move on to Buddha. She joins as Buddha's disciple. She tries to really focus on his message, but she has a crush on her teacher, right? And she tries to meditate. She's really trying, I'm telling you. But she falls in love again. And she's like, well, I'm available, so if you're ever free and you want to get out of this, you can hit me up. Then, Kalki, she's sleeping and she hears the chariot sound. I'm like, oh, one time he can just look at me and just give me a smile, right? He's too busy saving the world. I kept that short. And then the twist is LGBTQ+. I show Mohini towards the end. I know it's not a part of the Dasavataras, but it's still Vishnu's form. And though she's in female form, she still falls in love with Mohini again. So she's saying, my friends don't see it, or you might not see it, but I know you're Vishnu. So whatever disguise you're in, I'll still keep falling in love with you. So on, the piece continues. There's a lot of sensuous themes going on. Want to keep it PG for today. And yes, she's just so in love with Vishnu, and that's all. I don't want to spoil more. Thank you.
Na Tadari tadara ri nan ta tum da jadu ta ri nan ta tum nan ta tum ta tum nam 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 kitta kitta takka nan ta tum da tum nam 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 kitta kitta takka tam kitta dakka da kitta takka da tum kitta takka tam kitta dakka da kitta takka da tum kitta takka tam kitta dakka da kitta takka din tarinanda tum da jadu tarinanda tum din tarinanda tum da jadu tarinanda tum nanda tum da tum nam 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 kita kita taka nanda tum da tum nam 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 kita kita taka tam kita taka tari kita taka ta tum taka tam kita taka tari kita taka ta tum taka tam kita taka tari kita taka dim tarinanda tum tajuni tarinanda tum dim tarinanda tum tajuni tarinanda tum nanda tum da tum nam 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 kita kita taka nanda tum oda tum nam 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 kita kita taka tam kita taka tari kita taka ta tum kita taka tam kita taka tari kita taka ta tum kita taka tam kita taka tari kita taka de tam kita taka tari kita taka ta de tam kita taka tari kita taka vanchi idam de tam kita taka tari kita taka ta de tam kita taka tari kita taka vanchi tam tam kita taka tari kita taka vanchi tam tam kita taka tari kita taka vanchi tam tam kita taka tari kita taka vanchi
Tacham tarigidum tacham tacham tarigidum tarigidum tacham 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 tarigidum 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 tam
Sharana vanchita Sharana Amen. ameya, ameya, ameya murte. Ameya murte. Ameya murte. Murte. Ameya murte. Murte. Ameya murte. Ameya. Ameya murte. Ameya murte. Ameya. Ameya murte. Divyamurte, 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 Murte, Murte, Divyamurte, Murte, Murte, Divyamurte, Murte, Divyamurte. मोहनमूर्ते 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 दिव्यमेयमूर्ते अमेयमूर्ते मूर्ते मुखन अमेय दिव्यमूर्ते मोखन दिव्यमूर्ते दिव्यमूर्ते मोहन अमेय दिव्यमूर्ते मोहन अमेय दिव्यमूर्ते श्री पंकज नाभ मुखन अमेय
தச்சம் தருகிடதும் தருகிடதும் தச்சம் 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 தருகிடதும் 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 தாம்
ಶರಣ ಸಾನಿ ರ ಪಗ ಮ ಪಗ ರಿ ಸ ನೀ ಸ ವ ಗ ಮ ಪನಿ ನಿ ಸ ಸಾನಿ ರ ಪಗ ಮ ಪಗ ರಿ ಸ ನೀ ಸ ವ ಗ ಮ ಪನಿ ನಿ ಸ ಗ ರಿ ಸ ನೀ ರ ಪ ಮಗ ಮದ ಪ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸ ಪ ಗ ರಿ ಸ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸ ಗ ರಿ ಸ ನೀ ರ ಪ ಮಗ ಮದ ಪ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸ ಪ ಗ ರಿ ಸ ಗ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸ ಗ ರಿ ಸ ನೀ ರ ಪ ಮಗ ಮದ ಪ ಮ ಪನಿ ಸ ಪ ಗ ರಿ ಸ ಗ ಮ ಪನಿ ಹ
தருகிடதும் தச்சம் தச்சம் தருகிடதும் தருகிடதும் தச்சம் 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 தருகிடதும் 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 தாம்
ಶರಣ ಸಾಮೋದ ಉಪಯಾಮಿ ಜವಾದಿತಿ ದೇಶವ ಕಾಮ ಕಲಿದ ಸಾಮೋದ ಉಪಯಾಮಿ ಜವಾದಿತಿ ದೇಶವ ಕಾಮ ಕಲಿತ ಸಮೋದ ಮುಪಯ ನಿಜವಾದಿತಿ ದೇಶವ ಕಾಮ ಕಲಿತ ಸಮೋದ ಮುಪಯ ನಿಜವಾದಿತಿ ದೇಶವ ಕಾಮ ಕಲಿತ ಮೋದಮುಪಯ ನಿಜವಾದಿತಿ ದೇಶವ ಕಾಮ ಕಲಿತ ಸಮೋದಮುಪಯ ನಿಜವಾದಿತಿ ದೇಶವ ಕಾಮ ಕಲಿತ ಸಮೋದಮುಪಯ ನಿಜವಾದಿತಿ ದೇಶವ ಕಾಮ ಕಲಿತ ಸಮೋದ ಉಪಯ ನಿಜವಾದಿತಿ ದೇಶವ ಕಾಮ ಕಲಿತ ಸಮೋದ ಉಪಯ ನಿಜವಾದಿತಿ ದೇಶವ ಕಾಮ ಕಲಿರ ರುಚಿರ ಶೂನ ಘನ ಮೃಗಮದಾರ ಜನೀಯ ಮಾನವ ಸಮೀಶ ಶೃಣುಹ Kuthane kuta kukuntari kinnam tam tam tari kukuntari kita thane kukine kuta kukuntari kinnam tam tam tari kukuntari kita thane kuthane kutari kukuntari thane kukine kutari kukuntari kita thane kuthane kuthane kukine kukuntari kinna kinna naka tarigidjam kukuntari kinna kinna naka tarigidjam kukuntari kinna kinna naka tarigidjam
Tajum, tajum, tarikadum, tarikadum, tajum, tajum, tarikadum, 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 tajum, 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 tajum.
Vanchitaham, 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 vanchitaham.
Thank you so much for being a very patient audience through that long piece. Really appreciate that. Again, I forgot that this is also my choreography, but I think I take my works for granted, but that's good. I'll stay grounded, I guess. So, we'll be moving on to Tillana. Last piece, yay, I'll be gone soon. This is in Rageshri Ragam. And again, I don't want to forget, this is also my choreography. And I just wanted to say that I've been choreographing for a long time. I think most of us dancers do. But I think this is my first year where all the aridis, all the repetitions, jatis, I've constructed from scratch. But I would really love to thank my mentor, Katyayani Ganti. She lives in Hyderabad. Really wanted a young mentor who would let me explore experimentative themes. Because usually when you show Dasavataras, there's always bhakti, and I love that. I love doing that. But this time I really wanted to get out of my comfort zone. And when I chose this Varnam actually, I just loved Dhanyasi. And I was like, Sanskrit, this should be very PG, Bhakti Rasam. As I was translating every word with the Sanskrit dictionary, I'm like, oh my God, Swati Tirunal. I didn't know you would do this. So as I was really translating every word, there's like a lot of Sringara Rasam in it. And more radical actually. It's not even like, oh, PG stuff, but I think this really challenged me, and just grace, I guess, how you find things like that. So we'll be moving on to Tillana. This is by Lalgudi Jayaraman, and in Telugu, the last portion, the Sahityam. And this Tillana is actually dedicated to Lord Shiva. And yes, hope you enjoy, and we are really grateful for Jiva Arts Festival for including us. And you've been such a great audience. I started speaking Tamil now, little bit. Really though, I wish I'm Tamil next life, I guess. Okay, thank you. Hopefully you enjoy this piece too.
Dhim tadarratani dhirana तिमितकजं रिकिटजं मदगमद तिमितकजं रिनिसदत्तकिटजं परिसदरिकिटजं मदगमद तिमितकजं रिनिसदत्तकिटजं परिसदतं तदित्तजं तनं तरितधीं तनननननदीं
तत्तजं 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 किडदकतां किडदकतां तत्तजं 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 किडदकतां किडदकतां
तनननननदीं तदीं 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 तत्तनि धीरन
तरिकिडदुं तज्जं तरिकिडदुं तज्जं तरिकिडदुं
तज्जिं तनि धीरन धृधृधिं